Are you stuck in a loop, watching your dreams of freedom slip further away with every paycheck? What if I told you that escaping the grind and truly retiring in a decade isn't a fantasy for the super rich, but a tangible goal within your reach? For years, we've heard whispers, seen headlines, and maybe even felt a pang of jealousy seeing those early retirement gurus living their best lives. It often feels like something only possible if you win the lottery or have a trust fund. But what if all that noise has just been distracting you from the genuine path to financial independence? Today, we're not just going to talk about early retirement. We're going to dissect the real blueprint for retiring in 10 years, and I promise it's far more achievable than you think. But it requires a very specific game plan. Let's clear the air right now. Retiring in 10 years isn't about some secret hack or a magical inheritance dropping into your lap. It's not about finding a hidden treasure chest or winning a sweepstakes. If you're waiting for that, you might be waiting a long, long time. This isn't about luck. It's about a deliberate, focused, and sometimes intense strategy. Many people trip up right at the starting line because they're looking for a shortcut. Or worse, they get paralyzed by the sheer size of the goal. They make mistakes like thinking a small raise will solve everything, or they dabble in investing without a clear purpose. The biggest mistake? Believing it's impossible for them. We're here to bust that myth and give you the foundational wisdom to avoid those common pitfalls. It takes consistency, smart choices, and a willingness to commit. Think of building your retirement future like constructing a skyscraper. You can't just slap bricks together and hope it stands tall. You need a rock-solid foundation and a clear architectural plan. Here are the core principles that will make your 10-year retirement dream a reality. This isn't just a suggestion, it's the absolute cornerstone. If you want to accelerate your retirement timeline, you have to dramatically accelerate your savings rate. We're talking about saving not 10-15% of your income, but closer to 50%, 60%, or even 70%. I know that sounds insane to many people, but hear me out. If you earn $60,000 a year and save 10%, that's $6,000. If you save 50%, that's $30,000. The difference in how quickly your money grows and allows you to become financially independent is astronomical. How do you do it? First, dissect your expenses like a surgeon. Every dollar needs to be justified. Can you cook more at home instead of eating out? Can you cut down on subscriptions you barely use? Can you swap that expensive daily coffee for one brewed at home? Even small cuts add up dramatically when done consistently. Second, and equally important, is boosting your income. This could mean negotiating a higher salary, picking up a side hustle like freelancing, driving for a ride-share service, or turning a hobby into a money-making venture. The more income you generate, and the higher percentage of it you save, the faster you build that financial cushion. Remember, every dollar saved is a dollar that doesn't have to be earned later. Saving money is crucial, but letting it sit in a regular savings account is like driving a Ferrari in first gear. You're missing out on all its potential. You need to put your money to work, and that's where smart investing comes in. This is where the magic of compounding interest truly shines. Albert Einstein reportedly called compounding the eighth wonder of the world, and for good reason. It's when your money earns returns, and then those returns start earning returns themselves. Over time, it creates an exponential growth curve that can feel almost unfair. Where do you invest? For most people aiming for aggressive growth while managing risk, low-cost index funds and exchange-traded funds, ETFs, are often the best bet. These funds hold a basket of stocks or bonds, giving you instant diversification across hundreds or even thousands of companies without you needing to pick individual winners. Think of buying an S&P 500 index fund. You're essentially owning a tiny piece of the 500 largest U.S. companies. Historically, the stock market has returned around 7 to 10% annually over the long term, even with ups and downs. Understanding your personal risk tolerance is key here. If market fluctuations keep you up at night, you might lean towards a slightly more conservative mix, but remember, growth is essential for a 10-year timeline. Don't chase individual hot stocks unless you're an expert and have money you're willing to lose. Stick to broadly diversified, low-cost options for rapid, sustainable wealth growth. Imagine trying to run a marathon with an anchor tied to your ankle. That's what high-interest debt does to your financial progress. It siphons off your hard-earned money in interest payments, essentially making you run in place. To truly accelerate your retirement timeline, becoming debt-free is not just a good idea, it's a non-negotiable step. Prioritize tackling high-interest debts like credit cards or personal loans first. The debt snowball, or debt avalanche methods, can be incredibly effective. The snowball method focuses on paying off the smallest debt first to build momentum, while the avalanche method targets the debt with the highest interest rate first, saving you more money in the long run. Once those high-interest chains are broken, you can then focus on things like student loans or even your mortgage. Some early retirees choose to pay off their mortgage entirely before retiring, while others factor the mortgage payment into their retirement budget. The goal is to build a financial foundation that isn't constantly leaking money to creditors, freeing up more capital to save and invest. Tax optimization, the hidden accelerator. Taxes are a fact of life, but how you manage them can significantly impact your retirement timeline. Think of it like this. Every dollar you save on taxes is another dollar you can invest. Utilizing tax-advantaged accounts is a powerful strategy. For many, this means maxing out contributions to accounts like a 401k or 403b through their employer, especially if there's a company match. That's essentially free money. Roth IRAs are another fantastic option, allowing your investments to grow tax-free and be withdrawn tax-free in retirement, provided certain conditions are met. Understanding the difference between traditional and Roth accounts and how they fit into your overall tax strategy is crucial. A traditional 401k or IRA offers a tax deduction now, reducing your taxable income in your high-earning years, while a Roth account offers tax-free growth and withdrawals later. For early retirees, strategically accessing these funds before age 59-12 requires careful planning, but there are legitimate strategies like the Roth Conversion Ladder or Rule 72T that can be explored. The key is to leverage these accounts to accelerate your progress by minimizing the tax drag on your investments. Let's be honest, you can't have your cake and eat it too, especially when aiming for early retirement. This journey often requires making conscious trade-offs and significant lifestyle adjustments. This isn't about deprivation. It's about aligning your daily choices with your long-term freedom goals. Do you truly need the latest phone every year? Do you need a brand new car when a reliable used one will get you from A to B just as well? Embracing a more minimalist mindset can be incredibly liberating. It means focusing your spending on experiences and what truly brings you joy, rather than accumulating stuff. This might look like budgeting ruthlessly, becoming a master at finding deals, or choosing a smaller living space. It's about being intentional with every dollar you spend, asking yourself if this purchase moves you closer to or further away from your goal of retiring in 10 years. Remember, every dollar you don't spend today is a dollar you can invest. And that dollar, thanks to compounding, can save you many more hours of work in the future. This isn't about living a miserable life. It's about making smart, empowering choices that lead to ultimate freedom. So, how do you pull all of this together into a practical plan? The first step is to calculate your personal retirement number. This is the amount of money you need invested to cover your annual expenses without working. A common rule of thumb is the 25x rule, meaning you need 25 times your annual expenses. So if you plan to live on $40,000 a year in retirement, you'd need $1 million invested, $40,000 x 25. Once you have that number, you can reverse engineer your savings rate and investment growth needed over 10 years. Next, build a personalized plan. This means creating a detailed budget, setting clear savings goals, and automating your investments. Don't rely on willpower alone. Set up automatic transfers from your checking to your investment accounts immediately after you get paid. Track your net worth regularly. Seeing that number grow is incredibly motivating. There are tons of free tools and apps out there like Personal Capital or Mint that can help you track your spending, budget, and investment growth. Set realistic milestones along the way. Celebrating hitting your first $10,000, then $50,000, then $100,000 will keep you engaged and on track. This isn't just about crunching numbers. It's about building a consistent habit of financial excellence. Can you really retire in 10 years? After all this, my answer is a resounding maybe. But it's a maybe loaded with hope and possibility because it depends entirely on you. It depends on your dedication, your discipline, and your willingness to learn and adapt. It's not for everyone, and it won't be easy. There will be sacrifices. There will be moments of doubt, and there will be times you question everything. But for those who are willing to put in the work, to be aggressive with their savings, smart with their investments, diligent with their debt, savvy with their taxes, and intentional with their lifestyle, it is absolutely 100% attainable. This isn't just a dream, it's a meticulously planned journey to freedom. Ready to dive deeper into the specific investment strategies that can supercharge your retirement plan? Click on this video popping up on your screen right now.